Parents and guardians, I would like to welcome you to Back to School Night virtually. Hopefully, this is the last time we're doing it. I am Mr. Montalbano. I will be your child's global interactions and AP US history teacher. Also on the meet with me, I'm going to kick over to it in 1 second, will be Mr. Torres and Mr. Petapinto, who will be co-teaching with me in their 7th grade classes. So without any further ado, I am going to kick it on over to them. And Mr. Torres, why don't you go ahead?
Hello, my name is Mr. Torres. I will be Mr. Montalbano's co-teacher during Global Interactions Period 7. I've been at Weehawken High School for the past 20 years. I'm a certified special education teacher. I will be providing added instruction and assessments when necessary. My office hours will be Monday through Friday from 2 to 2:55. I look forward to working with your child and having a productive school year. Thank you and hope to see from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Torres. Go ahead, Coach P.
Good evening, parents and guardians, and welcome to the Weehawken High School 2020 virtual back to school night. My name is Jim Panapinto. I am a member of the Social Studies Department, and I am co-teaching with Mr. Montalbano in his Period 8 Global Interactions Grade 7 class. This is my 29th year of teaching at Weehawken High School. I'm available for your child if they need any help. My office hours are from 2 to 2:55 p.m. Monday through Friday. My job is to assist Mr. Montalbano in the class any way possible. And I'm looking forward to an exciting year, learning a lot of geography and concepts that will help your child become a more well-rounded student. Thank you very much, and let's have a great school year.
Thank you, Coach P.
Thank you.
Now you're back to me. Guys, I cannot tell you how happy I am to be co-teaching with those two guys. They are fantastic. We have a blast together. I think the kids really enjoy it. And there's a lot of back and forth between the three of us. So the periods we have, and we have a blast. Also, too, we're going to have a student teacher for a large portion of the year, Mr. O. The kid's already been introduced to him. He's already been doing lessons. He's a fantastic guy. He's a student over at Willie P. He plays on the Willie P baseball team. I'm loving him. The kids are loving him. And we're just going to have a fantastic year with that guy, and we're glad that he can join us. Now, for the rest of the way, I just got some slides put together. This is just an overall view, educational philosophy, how I run my class, things of that nature. And it's really easy way to an A in Mr. Montalbano's class, right? Notice the E. The E is going to follow us throughout, guys. All right. Now, first up is effort. Effort is everything to me. All right. It's one of the primary things I look for when grading. It's very important for me while our time together with your child is maximized. I want as much learning as possible in that bell-to-bell period, right? I want them to be locked in, Chromebook ready, on the right screen, all the rest of it, and really maximizing our time together, because that's where the most learning is going to take place. So I really, really harp on that and make that a very important thing. And, just right here, it's amazing the things in life you can accomplish with hard work in this class and in life. And I really put an effort on that. And I could tell when your child is working, and I'm always going to reward them on any chance I get, especially when I see effort. Now, etiquette. This has kind of changed, but it's kind of stayed the same with our virtual learning. But, the certain rules that apply there apply to the virtual classroom. So, behavior is going to be 30% of the grade, right? Classroom conduct is the most important thing in class. Guys, it doesn't matter what I show up with. If there isn't proper classroom etiquette, if I don't have control of the classroom, if the right things aren't happening behavior-wise, well, we're not going to learn anything, right? It's everything. It's the essence of it. It's the backbone of learning, having that etiquette, having the right, just the right way to conduct ourselves, right? Whether it be virtually or in the classroom. And they're going to be graded on this daily. Okay, so points get deducted if there is not proper classroom etiquette, and we'll take it from there. But seldomly happens in my class. Come equipped, right? Chromebook is the most important thing. I cannot emphasize this to the parents enough. When they're using devices that are not the schools, I cannot monitor them on things like GoGuardian and things of that nature. I cannot tell you the assistance it gives me when a student is struggling for me to be able to just guide them through, just right on GoGuardian. Just like, hey, no, click on this, click on that. It makes a world of difference, guys. And I cannot tell you the importance of that, right? And them having their Chromebook coming ready to class, whether it's in person or at home. All right, it's extremely important. Now, this is a new term that's getting thrown around, a lot, but especially in education with the fact that we have all this, remote virtual learning going on. Executive function. We can go through this whole laundry list right now, but it's just about being responsible, right? Them managing their time properly, right? Compartmentalizing a little bit and really just, being an executive of themselves, right? Being an executive of themselves. And guys, it's difficult. The things we struggle with as adults. So, this is one of the things we really focus on in this class is them staying on top of themselves, right? I'm going to help them as much as they can, but I can only go so far, especially with the circumstances we're under right now. So here's the laundry list. I'll give you time in case all of this stuff, guys, is posted on my teacher website. So please go to that if we move over anything too fast and you want to, essentially go back and review. Engaged. Be engaged in class. We do a lot of class discussion, as well as them just doing work by themselves in group work. We're still trying to figure out the best way to model that in the virtual classroom. But, engaged. Be with me for 30 minutes, or when we go to 45 minutes, just be locked in, screens on the right thing, and you're just working, right? Just engaged. Focused on what's going on in class, and, you can't put a price tag on that, right? Now, this is how I essentially assess student behavior, things of that nature, class participation, daily point system. For anything you see here, right, 1 point deduction. Everybody starts off with 100, and the points come off as infractions occur, right? Another laundry list here, just common stuff, guys. You're late to class, point off, right? You're not there for checkout in class, point off, right? We don't have certain things, certain behavioral things occur, well, then deductions will take place. Okay. And guys, I'm a very, I don't want to say disciplined, but structured type of teacher. For the reason is, they got to be locked in, right? They got to be locked in. And this gives me a chance to reward the students that are doing the right thing. And that's what the goal of this is. It's not to punish the ones doing the bad thing. It's to reward those that are showing up every day on time. They got the Chromebook every day. They're locked in every day. That's what I'm trying to do. Not discipline those that are not doing the right thing, but reward those that are. And that's always my goal. That's always my goal. Okay. Sometimes it could seem the other way, and I completely get it, but please always remember that. Here are some of the more severe infractions. Okay. Especially with the, face mask coverings, all the rest of that, all these new things that are being implemented. Obviously, I don't want to waste everyone's time going through them. Like I said, teacher website, both of these things are posted. So please take a look at it and go through it. But this is essentially how I assess and take it from there. Now, we have all these E's for the students, right? I have my own E's, right, that I'm looking to do. And that's effective learning activities, right? I want the learning activities to have an impact on them, right? I want them to walk away at the end of the day and say, wow, man, just learn something. I want it to be effective. Efficient classroom. Time is money. Time is money. I always want something to show for the end of the day. I want us doing things, completing things, creating, all the rest of that. And it's got to be done efficiently, right? No wasted time. Maximize learning, especially with these 30-minute clips we have. All right. I want to evolve as an educator. And listen, it's impossible not to with all of the circumstances thrown in front of us right now. But I want to continue this evolution. I don't want to be the same guy I am now that I am in June. All right. Encourage learning outside the classroom and for a lifetime. Guys, actually, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, really, I can't tell you the joy I get as a teacher when we learn something in class And then that student comes in the next day or a week later and, hey, Monty, I was watching Netflix and I saw this documentary on, the Aztecs or the Incans or, the Renaissance, whatever we're learning at the time, the 7 wonders of the ancient world. And I've checked it out and they start, that's what it's all about, guys. So, that's always something I'm always looking for. And this is a real big part of my educational philosophy. All right. Is educate the whole student. All right. What a lot of people like to talk about, the hidden curriculum, right? I want them to be better people. I want them to be better citizens. I want them to be more informed. I want them to be more well-rounded. Okay. I'm looking to not educate them just social studies wise, but in life. All right. It's a tough task, but the things I try to do, everything's at the heart of that. Now, this last little segment, okay, is really focused on the virtual classroom. It's really going to focus more or less on the 7th graders, my 7th grade global interactions, my AP class. You guys, there will be some things found there. And really, these are the things you're going to find in the classroom. Nice list here, right? The things we focus on in class, everything from our interactive stuff, right? All the way up to our stuff that we're doing in the A-Push classroom, our LEQs, our SAQs, all the stuff to get them ready for the test. And really, we had a fantastic year as that. Our scores last year were off the charts. The kids did a fantastic job. I said the kids, not me, did a fantastic job on that test and did outstanding. And I'm expecting the same thing from this crew this year. And they've gotten off to a fantastic start. Now, these are just some odds and ends, right, of this segment. If you are absent from class, there is no excuse to not have work, especially in the virtual classroom, right? I always tell my students, hey, we have a visitor. That's our time to show off. Mrs. Milos comes by, Mr. Ferrillo, Mr. DeStefano, Mr. Crespo, maybe Mrs. Amato. Hey, that's our time to show off. That's our time to impress. So we get somebody like that, we're all locked in and we're doing the best job possible because we want to impress in those situations. Now, most of the time, guys, I really don't give formal homework. Anything that's really given in class, I'm going to say 90% of the time, I'd say even higher, 99% of the time, will be started in class. They continue and wrap up at home. So I don't really do this. I'm not really a homework guy, but now in the virtual classroom, we need to have that blended learning more than ever. So they're going to get some stuff to do at home, but they're always going to start it with me first. Okay. And really that kind of brings us into our next segment, just the virtual learning, right? Some of the different things we're going to see here. And just to kind of educate you guys a little bit on what, some of the things in case there's some misunderstandings, right? Always going to take place on the Google Meet app, right? Mandatory attendance. This is just like school. It's just like school. Your body has to be in front of the computer the same way your body has to be in the desk at school. So it's the same thing. Every class has a permanently scheduled time. I know that there was some bouncing around last year with different times. We're locked in. We have our set schedule. So there really should not be any problems there. There must be verbal or visual confirmation of the student. This is super important to me, guys. You have to realize we're teachers. We worry about our students. We want to make sure that they're okay, right? That they're there. It's just for their well-being and our well-being, and especially in these times, when you don't hear from a student for a couple of days and whatnot, or they're not popping it. If they're popping into the chat, but they're not talking and all the rest of it, you start to get nervous. So please, guys, it's for me. As much as anything else, we need some kind of verbal, some kind of visual. Your mic's down, we'll click on the camera. You don't want to have the camera on? We'll click on the mic and say, hey, I'm present. All right. So it's super important for their own well-being and for my sanity. Okay. Because we worry about these kids. All right. Now be on time to class. Simple. Got to be on time. Now I understand there's login problems, all the rest of it, a minute here, minute there. I give a little flyover time, as I like to call it, as kids are logging on before we do our daily check-in attendance. Now, one of the things we were really focusing on, or I was focusing on during this time together, really, from now to the 16th is really getting to master, right? The learning objective of the virtual classroom during the period, right? Students will be able to effectively operate the virtual learning platforms, which will be incorporated throughout the remainder of the school year's global interactions curriculum. Now, we're implementing all of these platforms. This time right now, no matter what we go to, if it becomes strictly remote, or we stay hybrid, we go fully back, these things that we're putting into place right now, all of these protocols, the kind of schedule, we're trying to get that all in place and rock solid. So whatever situation pops up, we're able to pivot to, right? We'll easily adapt, overcome, and adjust. Okay, so that's the real main goal I've been having with your students, your children thus far, and I'm going to continue to have. We're starting to get there, but as we continue to show you. Now, this is just the daily schedule, right? Some other reminders, but this is, per class, what times they are, all the rest of it. So just a little something to help you. This is just more or less just giving another rundown about assignments, right? Essentially no formal homework, but started in class, continued at home, outlining all that. This is all online if you want to go to. Now, this also brings us to an important point too. It's super important, guys. We do a lot of work in class. I do a lot of grading. It's extremely important for you and your child to double check my work. All right. There's a tremendous amount of numbers and grading that goes on where we all know the wrong click, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right. So, it's not a big deal. Just please always double check my stuff. You're helping me out. You're helping the student out. And, I'm only human. I miss things. Things get put in wrong. So please double check my work at all times. Be logged into real time. Make sure that those grades are lining up and everything's making sense. And as far as makeup assignments go, it's never a problem as long as it's from the marking period. Your child falls behind. It's not a big deal. Okay. We'll get them back on track. We'll get the work done. We need to get work done. And listen, who doesn't love a good comeback story? So I watched too much Rocky as a kid. I don't know what to tell you. So if your student's ever behind, they should not be worried. We will get them on track. We'll get them back on the right track. We'll get the grade thing situated. So please don't ever get stressed, especially in times like this where things start to fall, go off the track a little bit. This class is not going to be a problem. We'll figure something out. The work will get made up. Your child will do fine. Okay. So please understand that work can get made up, especially in these times. All right. All the rest of it. So please understand that. Now, kind of what we've been striving for, right, is to get this set week going. We're learning the platforms. We're getting some of them done some week, and but I really want to give them a set schedule that they can hang their hat on, where they know, kind of on Monday, I'm going to get this from Monty. On Tuesday, we're going to get this. Before we start, diversifying a little bit more, kind of getting cute. And what I've been trying to do here is have that Newzilla on Monday, maybe a little written assignment to go along with it. Tuesday, Nearpod, an excellent platform, which is a very interactive site that I could best describe as slides, but we can interact. I can interact with them. They can interact with me. They can interact with the class. I think it's a fantastic platform that the school has implemented. Wednesday, we're going to make some Google Slides. We just started that. That's a very difficult thing we're trying to get implemented because of the in-person thing. But, we have hybrid coming. So that's going to change soon. Thursday, Flipgrid, video recording, everybody implements that. So it's the students have been doing a really good job with that. I also offer an alternative assignment with that. And then Friday, I'd like to do a little assessment with Kahoot. The English department, as well as the social studies department, are working on vocabulary root words, Latin-based, Greek-based. We've been kind of messing around with that with geography, because geography has a ton of that. So I've been slowly implementing that. And this is the kind of schedule we're trying to set up. This is what we're trying to get to. And we're in the process. They're doing a great job. So we're just going to keep on working. Now, final reminders, and I'm out of here. This is the big one, guys. Office time. 2 to 2:55 every day. I'm sitting there in front of my computer. Some students come by. We resolve issues in 30 seconds, right? It's a wonderful thing that the district's put in place. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It gives me the time with your student to focus on them and have that kind of conferencing, right? And guys, this doesn't have to be for work. It could be for anything. Tell your student. You tell your child it could be for anything. If you're having a bad day, swing by and see Monty and say, what's up? Please, I love it, right? Hopefully my dog's not running all over the place, right? He's been a good boy for this, though. So guys, again, always check real time. And listen, there's so many different ways to reach out and contact each other. A good old-fashioned, it's funny you say that in our area, but a good old-fashioned just straight email is the best way to contact me. It's tough with the chats, all the rest of it. I also do have Twitter as well as Instagram, but that's more or less for my my wrestling team and stuff like that, which I'm the head coach of, which I hope all of your children participate in, boy or girl, okay? Weehawken Wrestling. So that's also on my website. Guys, all of this stuff is on my school website. So I implore you, if there's anything I went over too quick, you're confused about, go there, swing by and see me in my office hours, shoot me an email, whatever you guys need. Okay. And please, I just want you to leave you with this. I want you guys to understand I am the biggest student advocate. I am known as a player's coach. Well, I'm a student's teacher. All right. I'm always going to be on their side, but I'm going to be tough on them. I'm going to be tough on them. And I'll leave you my classic line. I say to them all the time, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Okay. I'm always willing to help, but I never want to be labeled as the sucker. Okay. So, please, if you need anything, any questions, anything at all, check out the student website. You also get a bio from Mr. O, our student teacher. His stuff is up there. My Twitter, all other information. Still then, please contact me. I would be more than happy to touch base with you and clarify all this. And I'm hoping by the end of the year, I get to meet you all. It's a shame this had to happen like this, but hey, we adjust, we pivot, we take care of it. And listen, Weehawken's been doing a fantastic job across the board. I got to commend everybody. Everything I'm seeing from my fellow teachers, all the rest of it, your children, you got to be very proud to be a part of a district like this, guys, because I know I am. So listen, have an excellent night. It was great meeting you all in this way, and I hope to meet you all in person soon enough. Thank you very much.